All right, everybody, good afternoon and welcome to today's edition of Butts, Guts, and Body. The disembodied voice you are listening to at the moment is your instructor, Olivia Winfield, and I just realized I left my water bottle somewhere. Okay, so I'm gonna grab, sorry, I'm running across the camera. All right, everybody. Okay, so as I was saying at the top, my name is Olivia Winfield, and I welcome you to today's edition of Butts, Guts, and Body, where, as the name implies, we are going to be doing exercises that are centered around your lower half. Hold on one second, I gotta turn on one more thing. It's just that kind of day. Okay. All right, so as I said, we are going to be doing workouts that are centered around your lower half as well as your core, hence the butts, guts, and all over your body. So to begin with, we're going to start with some dynamic warm-ups. Let's begin with some very basic squats. Stay with your feet about shoulder width distance apart, and then it's like sitting down into a chair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, and let's bring our feet a little bit further apart, and let's come into a sumo squat now. So make sure your feet, or your toes rather, are pointed out towards the corners. So if you are on a mat, make sure they are facing the corners. Your knees should be pointing out, facing your toes, and then you're gonna sink down. All right, and push back up. 1, you're gonna feel this in your inner thighs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's gonna all make sense later on with our workout. Okay, and we are gonna do stuff on my back here. Move my mic pack here. Hopefully that's not gonna get in the way too much. All right, and then, all right, so we did squats, sumo squats. Let's come into a lunge. All right, step forward and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You only need to take 1 step forward. That's it. 7. You're not taking like this giant step. No, you're not gonna be able to do a lunge at that point. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3. I keep my hands clasped up by heart center for balance. Control. Keeps my arms together so I'm not flailing all over the place, and thus keeps my center of gravity or my balance better. Also kind of helps with my mental cueing of engaging the core. Okay, and then last but not least, or sorry, we have 2 more things to do. First, we got to stretch these out, our hips. So we're going to do step over the gate, step back over the gate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's it. All right, and then last, let's do some butt kicks. So we're gonna stretch out these front quad flexors right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You really think you're not gonna feel something, but every time I do this, I'm always amazed. Woo! All right, stretching those quads out. All right, guys, hopefully you are feeling a little warmed up. If not, go ahead and feel free to pause this video, and maybe, if you're looking for something else to do, I always like to hit these rows here. Stay with your feet about shoulder width distance apart. Reach down to your toes, sitting back into your heels, and it's a good hamstring stretch. Let's do a couple of those. Ooh. All right. So first exercise of the day, we're gonna do some Romanian deadlifts. All right, so you can go fairly heavy on this. You're gonna be using your whole leg. You're gonna be using some fairly big muscles here in the form of your quads, glutes, some very big muscle groups at play here. All right, so I'm using 30 pounds. I'm not saying that's what you have to use, but that's what I'm using. So you're gonna start with your feet about shoulder width distance apart. Slight bend in the knees. So you see my knees? So they're straight, slight bend, okay? And you're gonna push those hips back, like someone's tugging my hips backwards, and I'm gonna push those pull those hips forward like someone's pulling with a string, all right? 1. I'm gonna adjust my mic pack here because it's in my way, like we feared that it would be. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that core is engaged this whole time. 5, 6. Think like someone's about to punch you in your stomach. That's what it means to brace your core, engage your core. 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 11. 12. All right. And then for our core, for our gut, we're gonna do standing side crunches. Really easy. So stand with your feet about shoulder width distance apart again, fingers laced behind your head, and as opposed to a standing twist where it would be opposite elbow to opposite knee, a standing side crunch, same elbow, same knee. You're literally trying to crunch into your side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, let's take a rest. Whew, all right. All right. So normally I would have stuff or something to talk about, but honestly, I'm kind of talked out at this moment, you know? I don't really have much to offer right now, much to say. But I suppose I can just reiterate some messaging that I have shared. 1, make sure you're eating before you come to this class, please. Yes, it's important to eat after, but it is also important to eat beforehand. This is not a class that you want to do fasted. This is not a class designed for you to do fasted, okay? This is a class that is designed to burn calories. You need calories to burn. You need calories to rest. You need calories to repair. You need calories to build. I say all that to say, you need to eat. And you especially need to eat before you work out. And you need to eat before you come to my class. And drink water. It's important at all times of the year, but especially during the summertime. All right. Okay, next round of our standing crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, that core's engaged. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, guys, one more. Then we're off to exercise number 2. Yeah, we are officially in the dog days of summer. We are officially in the last week of August, the unofficial end of the summer as Labor Day weekend is coming up. I know, crazy, but it's true. And yes, while fall technically begins mid-September, we all know summer is coming to an end after Labor Day. So how do we feel? How do we feel? I know summer can be, an interesting time of year for a lot of folks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. So yeah, how do we feel? The end of another, I say it's the end of a season, start of another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, ever closer to the end of the year. Scary as that may sound. So how are we feeling on our goals? How are we feeling on what we've achieved so far? And trust, if you're in this class, you've achieved something, okay? Every little bit counts. As cliche as that may be, but I feel like exercise and fitness is a great example of that. Every little bit counts. Every little bit of fitness that you do counts. It all builds on top of each other. So if you're here, that's an achievement. But what other achievements have you attained? That is the question. Okay. Next up, we are gonna do single leg squats. Woo. All right. So there are a myriad of ways in which you can do a single leg squat. You, of course, can stand there on, one leg, come down, come back up. You can put one leg up for a Bulgarian split squat or any other variation thereof. So today what we are gonna do, it's a little more simple than that, but deceptively hard. So you're gonna do kind of like a deficit single leg squat onto the bench. So I'm going to use my right leg as my working leg, lift up my left leg, and then sit down, so like a squat, and then come back up. 1, 2, if you can rest that other leg down. 3, but do not let it work. 4, 1 more. 5, all right, switching legs now. So now your left leg is the one that's staying down and the right leg is the one that's elevated. You can opt to do this with no weights, especially if you just want to practice this. If this is new to you, you certainly can. nope. 3, let me not cheat. 2, yeah, this one's gonna work a couple things. All right, 1 more. And yeah, this is definitely one of those where you're gonna find out where you have imbalances. And that's okay, it's perfectly normal. You're human. Congrats, I know. Terrible news, but it's true. So, it's okay if one side is stronger than the other, one side is not as strong as the other. Part of fitness is that you can help fix that, you can correct that. All right, so, if you did pull P3 with me yesterday, push-pull press, and you already know what's coming, but at least we are on the mat this time. We're gonna do reverse crunches. So, I like to do an extension and then bring it up. However, you can just do, or you can keep it simple like that, or you can add in a little leg extension for a little burn, or if that's too much for you, you are, of course, more than welcome to just do conventional crunches. All right, either way, we're gonna do 10 of these. All right, 1, you're not using momentum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh man. All right, take a rest. And then, so in turn, all right, so we're coming up on the end of summer here in the next couple of weeks. For those of y'all who are in school, you're probably going back to school here shortly. If not, if you're not already back. So as we are coming to, third quarter of the year, how we looking? How we feeling? Where are we in terms of the goals, the resolutions, the intentions that we set in January? Where are we with making those things happen? Are we in progress? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do one more. 6. Okay. That was my stronger leg. We should not have started with that leg. Pro tip, start with your not so strong side. That's the one that's gonna kind of help you determine how many of these you can actually do realistically on each side. Because that's how you're gonna fix your imbalances. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, because this side is not as strong. 5, but we're gonna still do 6 though. 6. Yep, that side is not as strong as my other side, as my left side, which is so weird because I am right-handed, but I'm ambidextrous, so some sides, depending on the activity, I'm right side or left side dominant. It really depends. I don't know why that is. It just is. Okay, been that way all my life. All right, reverse crunches, round number 2. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Okay, so we did 2 more than we did last time. It's okay. It's all right. We can do it. Well, I guess here's another question too. What changes have you experienced thus far this year that you did not anticipate happening? Like, I know right now, a lot of folks in my circle, or even outside of my circle that I know, I'm acquaintance with, going through a lot of breakups right now. A lot of major transitions happening in people's lives. So, what's that for you? What happened that you did not expect that you're like, oh, okay, this is forcing me to kind of pivot a little bit. This is forcing me to have to re-examine things. What was that for you this year? Thus far this year, I should say. And how has that impacted your achievements, your goals, your intentions? All right, let's go. Okay, see? Foot placement, concentration, core engagement. All right. 1, 2, trying to hold. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. You see how it got better? 1 more. 7. Okay. All right. And let's go again. Okay, that was kind of a fail. All right. 1. All right. Out in front. 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that was it. Yeah, okay. All right, y'all. Let's come down to our last set of reverse crunches, and then we will go into our final exercise. Thank you all so much for sticking with me. Let's get it. All right, if you notice my hands are down here, this is literally for stabilization. You can also put your hands underneath your hips if you need the boost. Otherwise, this is all ab work. The hands are just here for support. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Woo! All right. You're doing fantastic, guys. We've got about 8.5 minutes left. One more exercise to go, and then we have our cool down. Y'all got it. I believe in you, but do you believe in you? There's one thing that training, fitness, and life experiences in general has taught me is that you cannot want something more than another person wants it. So as a trainer, for example, yes, it is my job to push you, to encourage you, hold you accountable to your fitness journey. But there's only so much of that I can do. And if you're not showing up, if you're not putting in the work, if you're not making the necessary changes outside of our exercise sessions, I can want this transformation for you. I can want this journey for you all the live long day. But if you're not putting in that effort, if you don't want it just as much, then there's nothing more that I can really say to that. At that point, the work comes from you. The work comes from that other person. And so it's not even just in fitness, in life in general. You might find yourself. I won't say you will. For the lucky of y'all who will never experience this, I envy you. But for those of us who have experienced it, classic one is somebody wants to get married, somebody wants to have kids, things that you can't really compromise on, or if someone's going through a tough time and they are seeking healing and it requires a fair amount of work. Well, you can want the healing and all that stuff for that person, but you can drag a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. You can even argue with the horse why it's beneficial for it to drink. You might even be able to drag the horse to the water and continue to make your case on why it's important for them to drink it. None of that is gonna matter until the horse decides to make the conscious decision to open its mouth and drink the water. So that is when I say you gotta focus on yourself. That is when I say you cannot want things more than another person does for them. You cannot want something for someone else more than they want it for themselves. That makes sense. All right, spider crawls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Woo! Yeah. And it's a hard realization to come to, right? Especially when you really care for somebody. And you can want to see them win so bad. You can see the potential in them. Oh, that tricky word, potential. That's like a 4-letter word, child. Potential. you can see all of that in another person, but if they don't see this, if they don't have the same vision as you, if they don't see it, they don't believe in it the way that you do, there really isn't anything that you can do for them. I hate to say that, but it's true. That is when you need to come to the realization that you can't want that for them. They don't want it, then they don't want it. So go after for what you want and trust and believe. The rest will follow, the rest will align. All right, round number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, and 12. All right. Spider crawl time. So spider crawls, fairly analogous to the standing side crunches we were doing. So same thing, except this time you're in a plank position. And so you gotta bring the knee to the elbow. You can't bring the elbow down to the knee. 4, 5, 6, that wasn't right. 7, I don't care. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Woo, I'm getting sweaty. 3 more. 17, 18, 19, and 20. Woo! I'm hot. It is hot. Huh. Luckily, it's not hot outside. It is a nice 70-something degrees. Felt like fall this morning when I left my house. It was amazing. I loved it. Listen, I love and appreciate the summer when it's here. By the time summer rolls around, I'm ready to be in shorts, sandals, t-shirts, dresses, swimsuits. Like, I'm ready. Memorial Day rolls around, I'm ready. By the time Labor Day rolls around, though, I'm ready for my hoodies. I'm ready for my sweats. I'm ready to wear boots outside. I'm ready to put on my beanies. Like, I'm good. I'm ready. Let's go. You know? But, you know, for me, that's the beauty of living in a state that gets all 4 seasons. So I don't complain about it too much. And there's always something to do. And we have the infrastructure to support ourselves in all 4 seasons, because none of it's a surprise. So that's also nice. All right, final set of our goblet squats. 2 minutes left. 1. We got it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. Last round of spider crawls. Let's do it. Oh, let's do it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Oh yeah, okay. With a minute left, let's go to the top of the mat. Let's move into our cool down. Woo-wee! All right, y'all. You did a fantastic job today. I know it was sweaty, it was hard. Got your heart rate up, got the blood pumping, but you did it. You did it. All right, we're gonna bring that right to center, left leg up into 3-legged dog, shoot it in between our hands, drop that right knee down. We are now in a runner's lunge. You can also drop that back foot down and flex the foot. All right, push back, up into your 3-legged dog again. Bring it down, left to center, right up behind you for 3-legged dog. Shoot it in between your hands, come down. Whew. All right, guys, as the timer has run out, you are more than welcome to exit as we finish our cool down. Otherwise, if you want to stick around, we just have like another minute or so. Not too much longer. All right, and as we are cooling down, come down onto your back for a 4-leaf clover stretch. Let me tell you all about the awesome thing that is the virtual Y. So, if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching me today. I truly appreciate it. But did you know I also have other content available for you to use and watch on our Virtual Y platform that's exclusive to our Virtual Y platform, including my 3-part strength series, which is 20 minutes each. So real quick, upper body, lower body, and full body. Great to do if you are short on time, and it's just a quick little activity to do. All right, let's come into happy baby. Or if after this you want a little bit more of a cool down, maybe something a little bit more stretch and balance, then our yoga options are perfect for you, or even our mat Pilates options. Those are also great as well. All right. Woo, okay. Actually, I'm gonna start with seated pike first. So bring your feet together, reach for your toes. And say, and whatever your viewing choice is, I'm sure we have it available on the Virtual Y, and it's for all ages. So we got stuff for the young folk, for the chillin', and for the grown folk, for our seniors with our Forever Well offerings. All right, lastly, let's end with the frog stretch, guys. So, please feel free to check out our Virtual Y. Oh, that's a good stretch. All right, y'all. That's it for me today. My name is Olivia Winfield. I'm a personal trainer as well as a Virtual Y instructor based here out of downtown Minneapolis. And this was Butts, Guts, and Body. I look forward to seeing you all next week. Take care.
Sarah, and this is cardio dance. Are you guys ready to work out? Let's do it. I woke up feeling like this gon' be my day. I got that poppin' fire every step I take. Living that wild life. To the bag. Go. That's where we want to go. Last 10 seconds. I'm right here with you. Let's do it. Welcome to the Y. My name is Erin. I'm Jennifer. My name is Linda. My name is Tommy, and today we're going to do a quick step routine. We feeling like we can conquer the world today? I wish you all could smell it. It smells so good. Time. We get stronger in my world. We're going to do it again. We'll see you again. Keep working hard. You